certain as the moment as the knife edge breaks the skin. The waters will get in, you will be taken and your backup plan will keep you safe and will it matter then? We're all together in this.
Alright, you're probably wondering why I called this meeting with the poets, with the people that give this kind of confidence meaning. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, I'm sure they're all trying the hardest, just while they chat about managing.
It sparked a lot of conversation, definitely. There's a lot of people that, you know, weren't necessarily anti-climate change or anything like that, but are now, you know, this is a problem, we see that people care about it, and there's lots of discussion happening, and I think that's really, really good. As for the actual conference itself, I mean, I don't really know. It's the 26th conference, the actual world leaders. I personally believe that the real action's happening outside of the building, and it's all the connections that are being made, because I think eventually, I think Noam Chomsky said this, I've been telling everybody this, mate, right, but Noam Chomsky was saying that parliaments and congresses and governments are a reflection, a pale reflection, but still a reflection of how the population feels. And so the real movement and the real action is to try and get hearts and minds, win as many people over as possible, get conversations happening so that when it comes time to vote, whether we decide to vote for somebody that's going to do meaningful climate action or somebody that's going to ignore it, that's going to come down to us, and that's going to be one of the biggest things we can do to hold big businesses to account for the problems.
We need to explore the depressing statistics. News reports so keen to be told that the talks just run too deep, and our calls for a peaceful approach. And I feel like we've seen this before, so enough is enough. It's all
we gave you quarter. You hacked the forest with poison, bred life.
In many ways, COP26 is, in terms of the political output from it, has probably been less helpful than COP25. But I think that what we've seen in Glasgow and what we're seeing across the world is a kind of gathering of communities creatively, most importantly for us, I think, and for people we know, there's a kind of fertile ground now here. And it's like Glaswegians will capitalise on that. But what I think is really cool is like getting to understand this issue, writing songs about it, talking to other artists about it. Every single one of us then goes, researches it more, passes that on to someone else. So in a weird way, being creative about it actually breeds activism. You know?
I predict that this is a moment where we suddenly accept it's happening, holding on to the agonal gas of society, anarchic agony, starving in the violence of the irony. This is it, there's the moment as the knife edge breaks the skin. The waters will get in, you will be taken and your backup plan will keep you safe and will it matter then? We're all together in this.
Wish someone had told us, we wish that we had known. Sister Earth could not afford us, so the system took what's owed. The man should have been that the fan of the shit is his alone. But they pick out the sick of the victims while the richest live in dumb. So we're far from.
Yeah, I reckon it's pretty pointless. The climate catastrophe is like intrinsically linked to capitalism, and I've watched my parents spend their lives and then spent part of my life like fighting to change the system away from capitalism, and I think that attempt to fix the climate crisis is as hopeless as the attempts to bring about like a non-capitalist system.
Savage signs of ravage, retreating ice caps happening, see the seas are rising rapidly, beast disease and blighted, baffling past our time we try to battle it. Oh, it'll come if the climate will change, feel the heat for the sun, standing under the rain, more off and pain, clear the air in my name, cause since I was a win, I've watched the climate change. Made a new mocker, McD's walker, wait sitting in the heat and a huffer, try to suffer for a vegan burger. Well, I need another reason to wonder where am I in a slog full of wonder. I dropped 100 volts, a lightning bolts and a ball of thunder. Wet put your eyes in your pockets if you move look it. Well, plan doesn't work cause we broke it. You don't know what you love till it's gone, and we don't know what we hate.
That's one thing about Glasgow is that's a normal thing that happens here, so that's not a big thing is. Yeah. Seeing all these different people coming in from all different places, we're actually founded after that, and Glasgow is that.
Yeah.
Take the camera away from me, please.
Look to the sky, they're asking us why we are denying the signs. There's plastic cups, plastic case, plastic bags, plastic waste, plastic fans, plastic noise, your plastic kid bought your plastic face. The world's a better place cause ours. But wait a minute, time will show you how good it could be if we weren't the in it.
It's been so long since your first breath. I'm adding fuel and I'm keeping it real.
I write these bars down to express the way that I feel. In this day and age, we always try to conceal, but I'm not making it up. You see, this life's so surreal, it's hard to deal with how fast the surf is moving. But we haven't done it by looking after or improving, taking things for granted. If you can't see, we're losing. You need to wake up from your blinded confusion.
If I could jump in as well, I think like COP26 has been a long time coming, and there's been I've been making me tiny apartments towards being better, towards being better at recycling and better at looking at the world in perspective, because we don't even know how lucky we are just to be fucking standing on our own streets, you know, to have water coming through the taps, to have venues that are fucking a stone throw away, music, to be a part of this movement. Hip hop is a fucking movement. COP26 is a movement, and that's why we should all be moving together. Simple as that.
Jeez. What she said. Ranging, where's our haven? Where's our heaven? Been fighting demons since age of 7. Better watch for serpents up in the places we're lurking. The earth is giving us birth and we're only giving them. I don't know, something about COP26 has got so many other people involved that weren't. I now know that it's not down to the powers that be, because they don't care. It's down to people like us, and it starts with me, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say, oh, Johnny, care about climate change, and get Boris to care about climate change if I don't care about climate change.
Politicians, yeah, I call their bluff. Yeah, they think they're tough, making up the rules for us, but they don't know when times get tough. Times get rougher in the dirt, we find the diamonds in the world of anti-climate. We just got to rise and climb it.
Society right now is in such a dark place because people just don't love themselves anymore. Like, enough to love someone else. Like, if you loved yourself enough, you would understand.
No music on the planet.